Welcome, Stitchy friends. I'm Lisa, and come and get lost in stitches with me. Hi everyone, this is Lisa at Lost in Stitches. You found my channel all about cross stitch, and I'm so glad that you could join me today. If you're new here, welcome. Hit the like, subscribe button if you like what you see. And for everybody that has come back and has sent me so many lovely messages over the last 3 weeks, I just want to say thank you so much for returning and for always leaving me such lovely little notes. So with that, we'll jump right in. It's been about 3 weeks, I think, since I've seen you guys. It's been really busy. I got a haircut, so I feel like I've shedded a bit of weight with this one. I have a WIP parade for you guys today, and a little bit of haul, not a lot. I found this beautiful silk weaver in Granville Island when we were in Vancouver last week, and I brought home some silk from Senju, and I have a lot of stitchy kindness to share. So we'll jump right in. There is a lot today, and I hope you like it. So I wanted to do a WIP parade because this is the mid-year for me. I did one in January, and it's also the 1 year of stitching. So this is what I have left from, or have begun and all that, since the last year. So I just wanted to kind of record what I have, and then we'll see where I am at the end of the year. So I do have some pretty good goals. I want to finish my Quinto Acuto, and I have a couple of other small ones that I would like to have done, but that is the main focus piece. So I'll start with that. And sorry, I have to move this over. Here we go. So this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. It's called Quinto Acuto by LongDog Sampler. It is stitched with DMC 939 on Zweigart 18 count antique white Aida. And this is where I am right now with this one. So let's see if I can move back a little bit. It's here. And since you guys saw it last, let's see if I can pull this in. Really, I've been working down here. So since you guys saw it last, it's this section here that I filled in. I put in about another 12 or 1400 stitches. So really made contact with this post here with the column. So I'm looking to fill in this section here this week. So that is my Quinto Acuto. I have put it, there is a 2023 stitched on this one already. As I went down, I did put in the date, so I want this one finished by the end of the year. And that is one of my focus pieces. So I also have this one here, is called Bonded by the Rain, and it is by Heaven and Earth Designs. And this is where I am right now, and I'll put in a picture here of what it's going to look like when it's finished. So I have really stalled on this one a little bit. The fabric is really stiff, which is kind of good in a way, I guess, but I just don't enjoy stitching on it as much. But the colors are just gorgeous. If you can see kind of up close, it's just beautiful, beautiful. And if you want to see a large version of this finished, Shiloh over at Stitch MD, she has actually finished the larger version of this one, and she has another one going now. It's by the artist Leonid Afromov, and it's just gorgeous. It's an incredible big piece that she's almost finished. So you have to go over and check her out and see if you like that. But this one is from Heaven and Earth Designs. And again, this one is on 18 count. It's like an oatmeal fabric, just when I got it at Michael's, first when I started stitching. So I've been working on this one for probably 6 or 7 months, and I got most of it done in the very first month, and then I just stalled on it. You can see the way the confetti comes in on the mini one. It's a lot. So you really have to be in the mood to do it. I will get it done, but for now it's just kind of on the back burner. And I also have my Mirabilia. So I have about 4 or 5 of these Mirabilias that I really want to get done, and this is the only one that I've started for now, and it's called Red. So this is where I am on red. And I'll put in a picture here of what it will look like when it's finished. So you can kind of see these flowers coming in on her dress now. So I'm really excited to get this one done. Again, this one has not been a priority for the last couple of months. A hair in there. But it is going to be gorgeous. So I'm slowly picking away at it. I think I did a flower last month, and then I filled in this one. So I'll just keep going little bit by bit, and I'll have it done. But so that one's going to take a little bit more time, but it is gorgeous. I love, love, love that one. And whoops, let me pull these over. I have a nice little pile of ironed projects over here. It's very satisfying. So this one is Ink Circles, Cirque de Caro, and this is what it'll look like when it's finished. I am stitching this one in Valdani floss, and it is this color here, M30, and sorry, my ball of thread is a little loose here. M30, it's called Deep Waters, and it's an 8-weight pearl cotton. I'm not sure if you can see that. It never focuses, but anyway, it's M30 8 pearl weight cotton, and it has this beautiful blue variegation in it. I just love that. And turquoise and blue is one of my favorite colors. So, but here I am on this one. This is the Cirque de Caro, what I have done, and I have kind of worked in this area right here for the last month or so, the last few weeks. And again, not a lot done on that one. We actually went to Vancouver for a whole week, so we were gone for 8 or 9 days there, and we just got back yesterday. So I haven't been able to record, and I didn't take along my bigger projects like this with me. So these haven't gotten a lot of work in the last little bit. A bit of a life update at the end, some health things that are going on and stuff. So I'll not everybody likes this, but I'll just put it in at the end, and I'll kind of let you know why I was away for 3 weeks here. My next one, if you remember my my last video, it was with my husband Paolo, Mr. Lost in Stitches. I think all of you really enjoyed meeting Paolo, and I certainly enjoyed having him on the video with me. It was just so incredibly fun to do that together, and he really enjoyed it. He's read all of the comments, and we've liked them together. So we went down, we were in the airport reading through a lot of them, and it was just a joy for you guys to meet him. So I am finishing this piece for him. This is my Canada sampler, and it's slowly getting there. Again, I didn't have this one with me in Vancouver, so I haven't had a lot done in this one. I just want to finish that C for Canada, and then I just need to start doing the totem pole that will come in kind of right here. There'll be a totem pole, and then just finish off this little section, and then it's basically done. So Paolo is going to put in the last couple of stitches on this one. He became a Canadian citizen on May 31st of last year, so we celebrated his citizenship while we were in Vancouver. Actually, at a picnic in the park, and it was just so fun. So we celebrated that, and when this one is finished, I'm hoping by the end of the year, you know, with so many other projects, but he's going to put in the last couple of stitches, and then I'm going to put the May 31st 2022 date on it for him for his citizenship day. So that one is by Stitch Rovia. Oh, this is what it'll look like when it's finished. I will pop in a little picture here. And this one is by Stitch Rovia. I'll put a link below for it, and you can get it off of Etsy. It's called the Canada Sampler in the Stitch Rovia shop. And a lot of you have really, really enjoyed that one. I've liked stitching on it because it's just like every little motif is a small finish, right? I love that. The next one that I'm still working on, I haven't put a lot into this one. Again, this one's kind of been on the back burner. I kind of pick it up in spurts and put it down again. This one is called Quilts from LongDog Samplers, and this is where I am. I'll put a picture in here of what it will look like when it's done, and it's just beautiful. And if any of you are thinking of stitching this one, I would encourage you to keep the border moving along with it. The border is kind of tedious. It's about I think an 11 stitch repeat of triangles, and they're all odd colors, and so just keep the border moving along. I wouldn't leave that until the end, because it might be borderless if that were the case. So just I love the colors in it, and I can't wait to get this one done. The bottom row actually has 3 quilts on a clothesline, so it's just beautiful. I love that one. So that's Quilts by LongDog Samplers, and again, I'll have the link below. And it uses it's on 32 count even weave, just an antique white from Zweigart. So this is super soft. I love that one. All right, I'm sorry if I'm rushing through this a little bit. I just don't want it to be too long of a video for you guys. So my next one is also a LongDog sampler. It's called Fish and Ships. I'll put in a picture here of what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm trying to think. Oh, Shiloh X Stitch MD is also working on this one. And I believe she's doing it the way it's called for, in like a navy and then with the white threads. And I decided to go with this one, and I am using a Sulky thread. So this is an 20 count Aida Easy Grid. And I am using a Sulky color. So it's like this one, if you can really see that. And the number is 7134055, and it's a really nice variegated ocean blue, showing up a little bit more green tealy there, but it really is just like a royal blue color. Can't really get the right color there, but it's more like this. Yeah, I just love this. I'm working in the ship down here right now, and I keep jumping back and forth between the ship and this little motif over here. So that one will be really fun. It's about, I would say when this part here is filled in, it's just about a little over half done. So it's not huge. So that is my Fish and Ships by LongDog Samplers. I will be working on that one this year. And the next one that I have, this one is, lots of you have seen this one for sure. It's Fruits of Plenty. You can see a little sneak peek. I'll put in what it's going to look like when it's done right here. And mine is going to look a little bit different. This is the way that Jacob has finished his, with the blues and the creams. Excuse me. But I've done it a little bit different. There was a lady on Instagram that had this brilliant idea. I'll put her link to her Instagram below as well. But it's to do, and I try to do the same thing. So it's to do the reverse stitching. So instead of filling in all of this in blue and leaving out the little white cream parts, I've just stitched the vines in the rest color. And it's, instead of 2 colors, it's 4 colors. So there we go. That's where I'm at with my Fruits of Plenty. And I put the 20 on there. I hope I get finished in this century. I mean, who knows, right? But, excuse me. But hopefully I will be moving down into this part. I want to fill in the center here. And then what I would really like to do is to try and come over and meet this corner. And this is, you can see the dots here. This is where, this is how far over it is. So I'm really just coming down the center with that heart there. And I really, really, really love this. I love working on it. It requires some focus doing the reverse stitching because you're not actually following the pattern the same way. I do about half on paper and half on Pattern Keeper. So anywhere I'm doing the reverse stitching, I use paper, a paper printout, and anywhere that is just like the normal, I do it on Pattern Keeper, still being very careful with the picture on hand to make sure that I'm putting the 4 colors in the right places, right? I am using 4 colors of DMC, which I'll list below, instead of the called for 2 blues in DMC. So that is my Fruits of Plenty. This one here is another LongDog sampler. I love my LongDogs. It's so good. This one is the monochromatic piece. It's called The New Normal. So I'll put in what it would look like here from the model stitched by LongDog. But this one is what I've done with this. So this is normally a monochromatic piece. I'll try and fold this over again. This is all I have done yet. This is about 1/4 of it. This is a monochromatic piece normally, and I am using 3 colors. I'll try to pick them up here. 3 colors of Sulky Thread. You can see here. I'll put the numbers for those down below. There's a really nice variegated one. There's a deep bright teal colored one, which is like in here. This is the variegated, this is the bright one, and obviously this is the lighter mint green color. And that's how that's turning out. So I'm really, really happy with it. I think my favorite part so far has been this vine coming down the side, and then the sailboat. I just love the ocean part. So there's another horse down in the bottom corner. I'm trying to think about what's coming up next. I think there's kind of a pyramid looking thing over here. So yeah, lots more to do on this one. But again, I'll pick along at it. It's not a focus right now, but I do really like it, and I want to finish it. This one is a Heaven and Earth design. It's by the artist Andy Russell, and it is called Nightlights. So this is my full coverage piece. It's 155,000 stitches. I haven't done much on this in the last couple of months. I think I've just extended down the lighthouse right here, and I think I extended a little bit of this orange right here, and that's all I've basically touched. I did all of this in one go when it was in a rotation, and then it's kind of been parked. I want to finish it. There's just so many other things that I really want to be stitching, and I don't have a stitchy bug for full coverage right now. It will come back. I know it comes and goes for me. So when I feel like stitching on a full coverage one, I'll pull out this and do it instead of starting another full coverage piece, right? So anyway, this is my progress so far. My friend Charlene from the Grateful Thread, she is also stitching this one. She's way ahead of me. Hi, Charlene. I can't wait to see her progress on it, and she's into more of the leaves and stuff that are in the bushes, which I guess are pretty confetti heavy, whereas this hasn't been so far. So we'll see. But I'll just keep picking at it. I think it's a multi-year, definitely a multi-year project. Oh, and I'll put in what it will look like when it's done here. Sorry, I'm a little rusty. And it's on 18 count antique white Aida is what I've stitched it on, using all the called for DMC, and it's a max color version. So you can see all the bright colors in it. It is just gorgeous. I absolutely love that little lighthouse and the dory, the little boat. That's I really like it. So hopefully I can get it finished in this lifetime. We'll see. All right, moving on. I did make some progress on this one. I did have this one in Vancouver with me. So this one is called Simple Things. It's from the May. It's from the May 2021 Just Cross Stitch magazine. I believe I'll put the link below. I think it's just cross stitch. And this is about the top half of it. I'm almost done the top, like the first page of it. So what's left here is there's a tree over here, just like this one. There's another tree on this side that I'm just starting. This is a knot in the tree here. So that is how wide it is. The sky and the house and the people are done, and then you'll start to see a little fence that comes down around here. And then there's a verse about simple things down here. So this is what I have done. I'll insert it here, what it's going to look like when it's finished. And I am stitching this with 1 strand of thread. I don't have it here, but it's a Valdani, and I'll put the number below. It is just a, it's not a variegated one. It's just a solid color of like a mint green. And this, as you can see, is a beautifully modeled piece of fabric. It's from the Grateful Thread from Charlene. It's got all the peaches and some light blues in there. And I really wanted this to seem like it was in shadow to a sunset when it's done. So I think it's going to be absolutely gorgeous, and it should fit in an 8x10 frame. I think that was the design size. So I'm looking forward to having that one done. I worked on this one on the plane on the way to and from Vancouver. So and it's a 40 count. So I did need my little magnifiers, but I got there. I managed it. Yeah. the next one is a Heaven and Earth design as well. It will look like this when it's finished. It's called Red Riding Hood 3. I keep calling it Red and the Wolf, but it is actually called Red Riding Hood 3. This is my progress on it so far. And I love this one. It's a little full coverage with no background. So she's about, I think it was halfway done, 58% done or something now. So what's left is to finish off the wolf's head, obviously, and that's on a stick. Just kind of morbid, right? But it was fun. And her little purple dress, and she's got her foot up on a rock here. So yeah, not a lot left to that one. This everything that you see from, you know, the stitch line up is done. So I really like her. I think she's super cute. It's like strong women, right? Gotta love it. So that one is, I'll put the artist link, I can't remember the name of the artist now. I'll put the link below though for where you can find that one. And that one is also stitched on an 18 count antique white Aida. I like my full coverages on antique white Aida. It's just easy to see, and the stitches lay nice and they don't get too crowded. I really like that. So my next one, I think I have, no, I'll have to, oh no, it's here. I have the paper version of this one. So this one is called Everyday Things. So it says the everyday sweet little things are the most beautiful. And then it's got like friends, family, home, nature, stitch, and just some little beautiful motifs. So the little tomato is so cute. I stitched that one already. So I'm working on that one. And my progress so far, it's here. The every are beautiful is basically what I have done yet. But that's where I am on that one. And this one is stitched on a 28 count Mozzie Day from Brennan Needle. And I'll put a link to their website below. Patty and Cheryl are wonderful. If you have never heard of Brennan Needle, they are a fabric dyer, Patty, and a floss dyer, Cheryl, who have come together to form the Brennan Needle business. They do a monthly floss club, and they do a monthly fabric club. So you don't sign up for it necessarily. You just watch her in the middle of the month on their website, brennanneedle.com. And I'll put the link to it down below and probably across here. You can go to their website and you can order floss and fabrics and order the monthly club. And what happens, they post it, and then if you want it, you sign up for that club for neutrals or colors. Or so I have got the one for June coming, the one that they just posted, and some other threads, these beautiful colors. One is called Goobies. I think it's a pink color. It was that one. And so Goobies is a place that's right in the middle of the drive from my hometown to St. John's in Newfoundland. So I grew up in Marystown, Newfoundland, and Goobies is the turning point for when you get onto the Trans-Canada Highway, and there's a huge moose there. There's a big Irving gas station. Everybody stops at Goobies. So I had to have this thread. I thought it was just wonderful. So I got the monthly club of floss and fabric, and some different flosses, Goobies included. So hi, Patty and Cheryl. I love you guys. We've been talking about doing a collaboration together. So we're working out the details now. We're probably going to be doing a stitch along with an ink circles pattern. We're still trying to decide between 2 or 3 that we want to do, and have the fabric and floss kitted, and then be able to start the stitch along with you guys. So that's coming up. It probably won't be right away. I think the summer's probably pretty busy for everybody, but maybe even in August, September, something like that, to give everybody a chance to get what they need. So again, this one is from Heart and Hand. It's on Mozzie Day from Brennan Needle, and it's 28 count fabric, and the flosses are the DMC conversion. I love it. The colors in this are really more like probably this, like that nice green modeling. Oh, it's just so pretty. It's delicious. Love it. All right, so that was the Everyday Sweet Things. The next one that I am working on is the Tiny Modernist. And this one is called Autumn House on a Hill. And this one is part of the Cottage Garden Threads. It's called the Autumn Garden Palette. So I mentioned this in my last video. You can get several different patterns. There's one from Liz Matthews. There's this one. I think there's an Ink Circles one. There's one from Michelle Bendy Stitchy Designs. And the beautiful autumn colors fly, right? They don't always fall, they fly. I think it was a bird. It's beautiful. So you can use the same palette of colors. I've put the colors over there. But anyway, you can use the same colors to stitch all of the designs. They're nice small patterns, and you should have enough to do at least a few of them. So this is where I'm at, and from the last time that you saw it, I extended these flowers up the side. So I've just been kind of picking away at this one, and I finished the bird, and I put in the little dots in the center here, and I put the apples in the tree. So just kind of filling in. I kind of get that filled in, and now I just need to do the back stitching on the house and bring the flowers up around. So it will look like this. Sorry guys, a lot of practice here. It's amazing. 3 weeks, right? This way. So I just got to bring the flowers up around the house now, and that one will be finished. And this one is on a 40 count. This is the first thing I stitched on 40 count, and it was the first time I used Cottage Garden Threads. So I actually really enjoyed that. This one is an antique white, Zweigart, 40 count. There we go. And this next one, oh my goodness, I have a needle hanging. Just a second here. This next one is from the Soda Stitch. Now, I haven't been home, and sorry, I had to get the needle pulled through here. I haven't been home to post on Instagram, and I just don't focus as much on social media when I'm away. But I do want to join in on the My First Soda Stitch sale that's going to be run by Amber, Rogue Mama Stitcher, and Jordan, the Tattooed Stitchers. You got the names right this time. Sorry, girls. They are hosting My First Soda Sale, and it's I'll put the picture in here of the one that they've chosen. It's a girl with a little broom. She's raking leaves, I believe, or sweeping. For me, I'm a avid coffee drinker. I love coffee. I've sadly had to switch to decaf, but you know, sacrifices. But instead I am doing this one here that's called But First Coffee. So I'll put in a picture here of what it's going to look like. And this is by Soda Stitch. You can get the pattern on Etsy. And here it's this wide as to how big the fabric I've cut for it, but it's not really that wide. This is on 40 count. So there's just 2 more. This motif is almost done. I had this in Vancouver with me as well. I just have to finish the little guy here. And then there's 2 more motifs about the same size on each side. So this is where I am right now on that one. Oops, there we go. And again, this is also on 40 count. And I'm going to be using this for my hashtag first soda sal stitch. I also have one called Mermaid's Room kitted and ready to go. And I have another one of two little people underneath the ocean holding hands and kissing. It's called Bubble Kiss. And the other one, what was the other one that I had? Oh, there's two little ones, a boy and a girl, I guess, dressed up as bees, and they're so cute. So if you want to check out any of those, go to Instagram and put in My First Soda Sal, hashtag My First Soda Sal, and you will see the stitch along that they have started for those. And I will be joining in on that. I just have to get my pictures and get some posts going again for social media now that I'm home. All right, so the next one is I'm trying to think of the designer's name. Sorry, I'll put the link below for the Etsy store, but this one's called Plant Seeds and Sing Songs, and this one is stitched with Classic Colorworks, and it is on a 32 count porcelain by Roxy Flosco. And I got this piece of fabric at the Stitch North retreat. So I've put in some of the words here, and I finished the flower up here. I think this one went in, and I started the darker blue one, and I finished this bigger one right here. So it's coming along. That's probably a little less than a quarter done. It's getting there. I absolutely love stitching on this, and this one also came to Vancouver with me, and I worked on it in the last week or so. But this one has been really fun. It's the first time I use Classic Colorworks, and I really love the variegation that comes through and the depth of some of the different colors for this piece. So I'm really happy about that one. Okay, if you guys can remember for the next one, I was stitching a Carolyn Manning designs, and that was called HoneyBee. I'll put in a picture here. I decided not to finish that one because it was just pretty large with all the projects that I have going. I like the meditative stitch of a Carolyn Manning, but I thought having one that was this size as a finished as opposed to this size as a finish was good enough for me, right? So it's more about the actual stitching than the picture for me with the Carolyn Manning. So what I did was post an Adopt a WIP, and that has been sent out, and I hope everybody's enjoying the 3 Adopt a WIPs that I've sent. The last one, the Star Woman, I'm just sending it now. I had to wait to get the pattern figured out because when I did the Adopt a WIP, I just want to make sure everybody knows this too. I did buy another copy of the Carolyn Manning because I only had the PDF. So I bought another copy of that, and I sent it off in email with the receipt for that, and then I sent along the Adopt a WIP in the mail. And then the other, one of them was a paper copy, which I put in my written up copy of it, and then I did the same thing for the Star Woman. I had to get another copy of that, so that kind of delayed me a little bit, and that's going in the mail now that I'm back from Vancouver. So thanks for the patience, Kathy, for waiting for that one. I'll tuck in an extra little treat or something. You can think about it. So anyway, so Carolyn Manning, I was stitching the HoneyBee, adopted that one out, and hopefully that gets finished. But right now I am starting the Sapphire. So this is a September Sapphire. This is what it'll look like when it's finished. And this is a mini. So this one comes on the pattern with a big one and then 4 mini ones underneath. So this is the 3rd one on the bottom. I'll show a picture of it there. You can't really see. I'm stitching a lot of white right now just to get that finished. And I've also substituted in, I have the colors over there, but I've substituted in a teal color to brighten it up a little bit. So when I get to that, I'll put in the color conversion down below. But I really enjoy stitching on this one. It's on a piece of 18 count, just white Aida, and it's beautiful car stitching. This is so easy to stitch in the car. So I love that one. And it's mostly all the called for DMC. It is all DMC threads. I just do make a couple of conversions. So like I said, I'll post that below. This next one is by Ink Circles, and I'll post what it's going to look like here. This one's called Arranging Cacti. I'm stitching this one for my son. I don't think I put anything into this one in the last little bit because it didn't come to Vancouver with me, and the week before that I just wasn't feeling well. I hardly stitched at all. So, but for now, this is where this one is at. And I'm not using the called for colors in this. I sort of am. So I took all the called for colors, and then I wanted to practice if I could blend threads like they do like in the dimensions kits, just to give it a little bit of extra oomph in the colors. So I took all the called for DMCs, and then I went 2 shades off for most of them. I can post the conversion below, and then kind of blended 2 of those threads in order to make something that looked a little bit more variegated. And you can actually kind of see it a little bit in the blue now that I'm doing it. Some parts are darker, and I like the green. I like the way that that's turning out. So this one is not very big. This is one corner here, and then the other corner is here. I think they fit in a 5x7 frame, so they're pretty, like this big, I believe. But really enjoyable stitch. Again, on 18 count white Aida. It's super easy for car stitching. The blended threads slow it down a little bit because you have to stop and blend them and you know, take the 2 pieces out and stuff. But I do really like the effect of it. So that was just a bit of a practice on how to blend and how to make up some blending colors, maybe for some designing in the future. You never know. So I have 3 more. Bear with me. So this one is Tiny Modernist. It's from Stitchrovia, and this one is called Stitching Men's. It's Stitching Men's the Soul. And this is the first time that I have stitched on dark chocolate. Oh my lord. Dark fabric. I have dark chocolate on my mind, obviously. And this is where I am. I think since the last time you saw it, I might have stitched a little bit on this spool, but not much. Again, it didn't come with me on my travels, so I love how this one is turning out. The colors are very, very, very pretty. Great design, fantastic pattern, and just a very easy stitch. It's very, very quick, but just a beautiful, beautiful sentiment. I love it. Stitching has certainly saved me mentally. So, okay, so this is another oldie but a goodie. This is my Chatelaine. And again, I haven't put a lot of time into this one. I've realized a mistake that I've made where the black is stitched in right here. Like you can kind of see the black in this little town. It's supposed to be all blue like it is over in this one, be the sky and some highlighting in the trees. So I do have to pick out that black. I don't know how I did that one night. I must have just not picked up the right thread, but so I do have to pick that out and put in the blue. And yeah, I haven't picked this up in a little while. I need to get the other back stitching done for these two, and I think I'm kind of dreading doing that, to be total honest. It took me hours to get each one of those corners finished, but it's gorgeous now that it's done. It's difficult to do, but absolutely beautiful. And the center mandala is completely finished with the beads, and I'm just putting in all the eyelets around the corner borders now. And then when that is done, so these are the same, and then beads go in on the bushes, and then the 4 corners are like this. These come together pretty quickly. They're not too bad, maybe a day of stitching. And then on the outside, there's another border that goes all the way around with scrolls and beads up in the corners. So it's going to be gorgeous. It is going to be finished. I just need to take some time to come back to it. It's one of those that when I pick it up, I just want to keep going and going and going at it, but I really have to be in the right focused mood for this. So unfortunately, that just hasn't been the case lately, to be able to mentally take on that challenge. So my easier stitching has definitely taken front and center stage over some of the more difficult pieces that I have in my collection here. Oh, sorry, and this one is called Mini Mystery Mandala 3 from Chatelaine. It'll look like this when it's finished. I'll put in a picture here. And yeah, that one will be an end of 2024 finish, maybe something like that. It is going to take me some time. All right, and I have had a new start. I don't think I had this one in my last video with you guys. It's called In the Library by Mojo Stitches, and it'll look like this when it's finished. Laura from Laladi Stitches is also stitching this one, and she's way further ahead than I am, but I managed to get in a little bit. It's here. So, as you can see, I'll keep the picture here just so you can kind of see what it's going to look like, because you haven't seen this one yet. This one is stitched on sage, light sage, from Leo and Roxy Floss Co. And Carrie made this one for the Stitch North event, but it is going to be in her dyeing rotation. So, it's gorgeous though. I love this, and this is the beginning of the stained glass lamp, which is one of the features that I loved about it. Absolutely love it. And this one is a 32 count linen that this is stitched on. This is probably more like the color. It is a bit like deeper green. It kind of washes out when I bring it up close. But And this little needle minder is from a designer here in Edmonton. I haven't met her. I don't know her. But her business name is Florals and Floss. And you can get those at Quinto at the quilting store in Gateway Boulevard here in Edmonton. I believe you may actually be able to order online from them. I'm not sure. If you contact Jamie over there, I'll put the link below for her store. She does have more cross-stitching supplies and things now. She has some fabrics, some Cosmo floss and fabrics and things. So she's got some really nice stuff there. So anyway, that's in the library. I am so excited about it. This one is stitched with the Cottage Garden Threads thread pack. So I ordered all of those from Mojo Stitches. And she sent them along, and I ordered the PDF of this pattern. So I do have the Cottage Garden Threads for that, and they have such beautiful variegation. I just love it. Like, some of these colors are one, like in the books you would never think, right? But that's just one color. It's stunning. They've just done such a beautiful job on this. And I think that wraps up my current WIPs. I don't have a count of them. I don't know how many are there. It's probably 20, 25, something like that. I did have a few new things that I want to start. We have some stitch alongs coming up, and one of them that I will be starting, I think it's June 21st for one sal, and then the 1st of August for another sal. So I think I'll start it now and continue on and join the second sal. One is with Laura from Stitching by the Shore. Hi, Laura. She's hosting along with, there's a bunch of them together. I can't remember who else. Go to her last video and she talks about it. But there's a whole group of people, anyway, that's doing the Summer Quaker Sal for the first day of summer. So I am going to be starting this one on June 21st. And then August the 1st, Samantha. Hi, Samantha. She's from Winnipeg, Manitoba. She is having this as her birthday start for August 1st. My birthday is July 31st, but I'm going to do this one for Samantha's. I'll join in and continue on with, I don't think I'll have that much done in a month and a half. So we'll continue on with this one. And her hashtag is #Live in the Sunshine Sal. It's the first quote from on here. It says, "Live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink the wild air." It's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And I have it all kitted up. I am stitching this on a 36 count cream and sugar. That's what I've decided on. And this is the fabric. And it calls for all DMC. So I am going to, I have all the colors here. I just need to put the kit together for that one. So that's an upcoming start in the next week or so. And another start that I am going to have very, very soon. I guess it's officially a start already. If you look at this sad little line of stitches and hanging thread, but I just wanted to know where to stitch into the center of the fabric. I'm starting the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery stitch along for Castle Homecoming. So I'll put a post here of what the full chart will kind of look like. We don't know what it's a mystery sal, right? And then the piece that's been released, I'll put a picture here so that you guys can see. So I got that on the 1st of June, but again, I wasn't feeling great. And then we went away for 8 days and just getting back, but I'll have no trouble getting this finished for the end of the month. The piece is like, just a little piece right here. And then I'll get another piece in the 1st of July. And these are some of the really cool colors for it. I'm stitching it on a 28 count. It's a Zweigart color. Can't remember the exact color of it. I'm sorry. It's like this kind of baby blue, but I don't know the exact color of it. And then these are the mess of threads, but there's pretty cool colors in there. I like it. I think it'll look nice on this fabric. Yeah. So that is a start that's coming up for me right away here, just to get that going, and I'll have the first section done by the end of the month. So you'll see that one coming and going. The one that I'm probably the most excited about it, I'm starting on June 15th with Lala D Stitches. Laura. Hi, Laura. We are starting the Blackberry Rabbit, the Visitor. Let's see if I can tip that a little bit so you can see it. We are starting this on June 15th, so in 3 days. I'd kind of mentioned this in my last couple of videos, but you know, it's a soft start. There's no, if you don't have the chart or you guys want to join in along, certainly just hop in at any time. This one will take me a little while. Laura has a little bit of it started. She paused and waited so that we could pick it up again together. And it's going to be called #TheVisitorCell. So I'll put that here so you guys can see it. And if you go to Instagram, just post your pictures if you're stitching along. I know a few of you have mentioned already to Laura and I both that you would be really interested in starting this one with us. So it's called The Visitor. So that is the pattern. And sorry for this zipper. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can get it open. There. I have this piece of fabric and it is Murmur. Yeah. Murmur, I believe. Sorry. And it is 32 count. I have 1/8 of a yard of it. So it's this lovely peachy beige color. I'm trying to get the color right, but yeah, it's about there. I'm so happy with it. So I'll be stitching it on that, and then these are the colors for it. They're mostly Classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works. I think there's like 6 DMC colors maybe. Sorry, I'm just gathering them all up here. And it is going to be beautiful. This is not a very good way to display these. I apologize. But again, it's just been a bit of a busy couple of weeks here. So there we go. So it's these kind of colors and those beautiful pinks and burgundies. I think that's going to look lovely together. So that is The Visitor. So if you want to join us, start in on June 15th. When I get my first day of stitching done on the 15th, I'll make a post, and Laura can post what she's already got completed of hers, and then we'll go from there. So I can't wait to see what you guys are stitching it on, what you're stitching it with. I believe there was a DMC conversion, so whatever you like, right? And so thank you for joining us with that one. The next one that I am going to be joining is I'm getting this pattern here. It is from the Cottage Garden samplings. I never get that right. Cottage Garden samplings, and it's called Courage. It's from the Songbirds Garden series. So I am going to be starting this one. I wanted to order it, I was just going to order it online, but I did see it up at Mr. Frame in St. Albert, so I'm going to go run back up there and pick up the pattern, because I am going to do it for Pam's Survival Sal. So the one that she picked, I cannot remember the name of it now. That's terrible. It'll come back to me. It's Courage. It's called Courage, but it's Primitives. It'll come to me. I'll put it here if I can find it. Anyway, she's if you do hashtag Pam's Survival Sal, they're just starting it right now. And Pam she's from Just Keep Stitching with Pam and Steph, and she is celebrating 30 years of survivorship of breast cancer. So that is one long time to remain cancer free. And she had it when her kids were little, right? When but it hasn't come back for her, and it just warms my heart to see such a beautiful soul surviving and thriving and doing what she loves. So hi Pam, I just want to say congratulations from me, and hopefully I'll be right there with you for 30 years sometime. Coming up in May of 2024, May 7th of 2024, it will be 10 years for me of survivorship with breast cancer. So I will certainly be having a huge celebration. this year we went out for dinner and we had some, you know, we did something really nice, but I would really like to do some kind of big celebration for 10 years next year. So, so that's a goal. You know, to get to next year first. And so I do want to do that courage one. So I will be starting that. I'm going to get to get that pattern and kit it up and start that right away. I believe they were starting at the first or second weekend of StitchCon. I'm not sure which one, but if you go and watch Just Keep Stitching, they've talked about it in all their most recent videos. So again, congratulations, Pam. I love you guys both. And I will be stitching that along with you. I got the idea for stitching that courage, that particular one. I love the Songbird series, but from Sarah's Stitchy Spot. So hi, Sarah. Oh, I just love your channel too. So Sarah is stitching that one because it is a little bit smaller than the big one that Pam and Steph had picked for the actual stitch along. But they said you can pick one that, you know, gives you hope or courage, and certainly hashtag it and on Instagram and stitch along with them. So so I will be doing that, and Sarah is also doing that courage one. So if that is another smaller option, that if you want to join in on Pam's Survival Sal, that certainly it's been a huge turnout to do this for them. So for Pam, it's such a great celebration. On top of that, I found this one, and it is Cottage Garden Samplings Gratitude. So I have a heart full of gratitude every single day. It's how I manage mentally, and so I would really like to do this one just as a celebration of the last few years of my life and how grateful I feel for all of you. So if you would like to join in, we'll just do hashtag gratitude Sal, and you can join me in stitching this one. I haven't got it kitted up yet. I'll probably start it around the 1st of July, maybe a soft start, and then anybody that wants to join in as we go along, or if you are stitching it, you can use the hashtag gratitude Sal. All right, so that's a couple of the starts that I have coming up, and that was my WIP parade. Now, I have some stitchy kindness to share. I came home from Vancouver yesterday. We came back from the airport, and there was a box from FedEx waiting for me on my table. And I'm like, because our neighbor's bringing our mail for us, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I ordered anything through FedEx. One of the lovely viewers, Marilyn Wade. Hi, Marilyn. I just want to say I absolutely love you. You're just a darling person. Your thoughtfulness has not been lost on me. I have speaking of gratitude, very great deep gratitude for the stitchy kindness gift that Marilyn has sent me. I'll have to stand up, but Marilyn made me a quilt. A quilt, people. I cried. It was just so amazing. So I'll stand up and let you see. I have some pictures. I don't think I'll be able to show it properly here in the whole frame, but I will insert some pictures right after this so that you can get to see it. But look at this goodness. It is stunning. It is so beautiful. The workmanship is just incredible. Like, I cannot believe that I have this blanket. On the inside, it's got this beautiful, and I have pictures of it, it's got this beautiful teal lining on the bottom, and then it transitions into, it's a big blanket, these beautiful roses with the hope symbol on it. And on one of the corners, I'll put the picture in here, she has the, let's see if I've folded it up, I should have kept it on the outside. She has this beautiful wish of hope, and she put my name on it, and just that, you know, she hopes that it keeps me warm and happy and healthy. And I'm speechless. I don't know Marilyn, right? Like Marilyn, I feel like I know you now because this is such a beautiful gift. It's just so touching, and this is the community that we have, that we look after each other, that we're there for one another. It gives me so much hope and love, and I don't really know what else to say. I'm just overwhelmed with how good people have been to me. So, Marilyn, thank you for this. It is absolutely incredible. It's beautiful. I'll insert a couple more pictures here just as I'm talking, so that you can get to see some of the other angles of the quilt, but it will be a treasured possession and put across the bottom of my bed for sure. Just gorgeous. Thank you so much for that. I can't remember in my last video if I showed this little pillow. So Marilyn, thank you. Before I don't want to just transition out, but from the bottom of my heart, that was a very thoughtful gift and overwhelming. Thank you. I also received this little pillow. I'm not sure if I showed this in my last video or not. It's just been a few weeks, but excuse me. This one is called Hope, and I got this in the mail from Judith. Hi, Judith, ex-stitching librarian. Sorry, I'm like all teary now. And she stitched this for me. Just this beautiful, like, people are just so good. People are so good. When you're having a hard time, these are the things that matter. And, you know, for people who are new here watching, I'll talk about it more at the end of what's happening in my life. But this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Judith, again for that. I did receive a beautiful card from Brenda. Bold, fearless, courageous. That's you. That's one of my Stitchy friends from here in Edmonton. And she's just such a lovely, lovely person. She also brought some little things for me from the little crafty store there that's for my journal. So I have this journal up here from Michelle Bendy. So I won that from her at Stitch North. And I'm going to use some of these things, and I have some stickers to decorate that with smalls. So thank you, Brenda, for that. They also, the stitching group here in Edmonton, overwhelmingly too, is just so thoughtful. They know that I have some health things coming up, and they sent me a $250 gift card as a group to a meal service here in the city. So it's a professional chef that can put together your meals for you, so that if you can't cook or you're just tired, then that will help. And I just want to say thank you, girls, so much. Just to that whole group. I'm forever grateful for meeting all of you, and you're my stitching buddies, right? Also at Wabaman, I got this little pattern. It's Chubby Bunny. I also have the Chubby Bird coming. It's stuck in customs, unfortunately, in a 1, 2, 3 stitch order, but this is Chubby Bunny. And I got this one from my stitchy friend Lorraine. It's so nice. I can't wait to stitch this one. It's so pretty. And these are my scissors, but I got this from my friend Charlene, my stitchy friend, and it just says blessed on the bottom. It's so pretty. She makes these. You might recognize this from the Hope scissor fob that I did as a giveaway a little bit ago. So she made me this one and gave it to me when we were in Wabaman the last time. So thank you, Charlene. I appreciate it. And last but not least, one of my other stitchy friends from Wabaman gave me this beautiful book. It says Hello Halloween, and it's all designs by Teresa Kogut. I'm overwhelmed. I haven't stitched anything Halloween yet. I'm not a huge celebrator of Halloween, but we do it for the kids, right? But some of the art in this book is just absolutely incredible. I can't show you most of it because it's patterns, right? But it's just gorgeous. I wish I could share it with all of you. The girls all had a nice pass around. Let's see if I can do this. Like some of them are like this. Like, oh, they're just so nice. Anyway, I don't want to wreck the book, but thank you so much. That was from my other friend Lorraine, and I want to say thank you to all of you for the overwhelming gifts, and everybody's just so thoughtful and good to me. So I also want to put good out into the world, right? So, you know, sometimes when you need it the most, it comes back to you, and that just makes me feel good. So, I know we're already at an hour here. I did get a few stitchy things over the last little bit. I didn't have any finishes in the last while because, like I said, I didn't stitch for a week or so, and then we were gone for 8 days since you saw me last. So I didn't have any finishes, but I did pick up some of Charlene's fabrics when we were in Wabamun the last time. So I got this one. There's no names on them, but this is a 28 count. Deep red mottled. It's even deeper than what you're seeing here on the camera. It is just so pretty. So pretty. I got this vibrant green color. It's so nice. Oh, it'll be so pretty. Maybe a sampler like Charlene suggested. So something like that. This is another piece from Charlene. Like a really pretty blue. Yeah. And again, you can find Charlene on, I'll try and hold up her card here, on Facebook. And right now I think she's super busy dyeing for the Stitch and Stash retreat that's coming up on the 22nd to the 25th in Edmonton. But this is her contact information. If you want something from Charlene, you can certainly email her. And after the June retreat, I think she'll probably be able to do custom dyeing for you, or whatever you might need, right? I know it's just been super crazy for her trying to get everything ready to be a vendor at this retreat coming up. So, hi Jean, I just wanted to say hi. Her and Kelly, Jean and Kelly, are the organizers for the Stitch and Stash retreat. It's coming up the 22nd to the 25th, and they have had 2 openings as of a couple of days ago, so I'm not sure if they're filled or not, but they did have 2 openings, and there's still kind of at that revolving wait list as people like last minute can't come, or, you know, so reach out. Certainly, I'll put Jean's email address here, and if you're interested, just reach out to her. And it is coming up on June 22nd to 25th at the Fantasyland Hotel, so I can't wait to go to that one. It'll be so fun. This is another one of Charlene's fabrics. It's a beautiful, beautiful yellow mottled. As you can see, I'm trying to move away from my too much white, right? This is another one here. It's like a peachy color, like a neutral, more like this. Very, very pretty. This one is one that I got as well. It's a super bright blue. This one's going to have some kind of mermaid soda stitch on it. Can't wait. And this one Charlene actually gave to me as a gift, so thank you, Charlene. This is another Stitchy Kindness from Charlene, and it is gorgeous. It's got this blue-green modeling in it. It's so pretty. And this deep blue, like an antique-y blue color. So I have enough fabric to stitch till I'm 90, so, you know, all I need now is a beachside house and lots of thread, and I'll be just great. This one is like a minty color. And then this one here, no, that's one that I got at Stitch North. So those were the Grateful Thread ones that I got. And I made a trip to Mr. Frame, and I got some perforated paper. So that was pretty simple. And, oh, last but not least, so I have to reach ahead here because of my things. I did go to, I was in Vancouver. I went to Granville Island. Now, I don't know if any of you have been to Vancouver at all or much, but Granville Island is, you take the little boat ferries across the harbor in Vancouver, and it has like some really nice restaurants, and it's basically a big arts district of the Vancouver city. And they have so many beautiful artisans there. There's actually a silk weaving studio. So I picked up these beautiful colors of silk hanks. They are gorgeous. They're Senjo. There's a lady there that was actually making them as I was picking them up. So these are a 30 weight silk. So I got these 4 along with a beige. So those primary colors are going to go into one of my patterns. Maybe some of the summer Quaker colors can be substituted out for those. And then I got 3 of this one called Obsidian, I think was the name of it. And this is going to be for a monochromatic sampler or mini probably over the years, right? But these are just gorgeous. They feel like butter. They're wild silk, all hand woven, and you get 50 grams. So I think she said it was about 510 meters on here. It's a lot anyway, and they were $26. So for hand woven silk, and the thread is, see if I can find one like this weight. I don't know, can't really tell that, but you know, it's really nice for stitching on 40 count. So I went home and tried it with one of these back at the hotel, and then I promptly the next day got back in the ferry and went across to Granville Island again and found the other colors that I wanted. It is just like butter silk, and that is actually it's called the Silk Weaver Studio on Granville Island, and it's Senjo silks. So let's see if I can, Senjo silks. This is the tag. That helps. It doesn't focus. Anyway, Senjo silk. I'll put it in the description box below. So I have lots of colors of those. And then I went to a place called Maiwa. And this is it's a crafty, stitchy store that's on Granville Island. It's got fabrics, tapestries, sashiko, wool felting, wool. It had everything, crochet, and they had these beautiful linen cotton fabrics, or threads, sorry. So I got this one and this one to do a sampler style, some stitching with. And these are not silk, but they just feel so soft. They're all hand woven by the artisans that were right there at the store and hand dyed. This one's called Dusty Rose, and this one is called Mulberry. And here's the linen lace. It's called Maiwa's Honest Yarn. So they are on Granville Island, and here is the information. And if you're interested in those, I think they send out these things in the mail as well. And now I did get a lovely new pair of scissors. Sorry for the moving around, but the WIP parade has taken over the rest of my desk here. From Merchant and Mills. I got the gold edition of Fine Needlework Scissors, and they are these lovelies. They are beautiful. I love them. They're so delicate and so pretty. So for anybody collecting scissors, these should be on your list. They're beautiful. And again, they're Merchant and Mills. And there's all different kinds. There's ones with the bigger hoop and with little patterns on them. I just liked how delicate and matte these were. I think they were $25 $20. I think they weren't super expensive, but they're just very, very delicate and nice. Okay, so I think that's it, people. So that has been my WIP parade. So I started stitching this time last year, and what you saw today is what I have left from that stitching. I will probably do some kind of a finish parade just to show you some of the things that I have finished over the last year. A lot of things have been given away as exchanges or gifts or little smalls. I have a few things up here on this behind me. And I think that's about it. Thank you for all the stitchy kindness. My heart goes out to each and every one of you for all your thoughts and kind wishes. It's just been overwhelmingly nice. So thank you. So that's it for the stitchy part. If you want to stay for a little very brief life update, I'll let you go here if you're only here for the stitching. If you want to hear about some of the things that have been going on in the last 3 weeks, then stick around. So, in the last 3 weeks, oh my gosh, I went to, okay, so first, if anybody is new here, I had breast cancer in 2014, and it went away, and it was no evidence of disease, and it was they thought cured. And then in November of 2021 it came back. So I have been on a clinical trial for the last year and a half, and up until here at the end of May, that trial was working. It shrank it, and it was working pretty well. It's only on one spot in my liver, so it's down to something like the top of my pinky at this point, right? Like it's a small spot that's left, but the clinical trial drug stopped working, and then it started to grow again. So that means that you have to come out of the clinical trial and they have to try you with a different drug. So I had my appointment with my oncologist, and then for a week I was on a chemo medication. Now that chemo medication kicked my butt. Like, I was completely short of breath and just not used to being tired, right? I'm used to being able to go. And that really affected me. So it wasn't because of that. It was just the normal things that happen when you're taking chemo meds, right? But I went back to my oncologist to get more blood work and everything done, and then we discussed the potential for a surgery at this point. So surgery is an option, and she referred me off then on May 31st. I saw the surgeon, and when I saw that surgeon, she said that she could take it out, and they have booked a surgery for me on June 23rd. So I'm really nervous, but I'm really happy because it means that they can take out the only spot that they can find in me right now. I mean, it's stage 4, so it's probably somewhere else. But right now the medications can help to control it. So on June 23rd, I do have to go in for this surgery. They will remove, maybe up to a quarter of my liver. But hopefully she thinks that she can get it all out. So we'll see what happens. I'm anxious about it, but also oddly excited because it could mean being put into remission for this for the foreseeable future, and still having to take, of course, the medications and the appointments and the scans. It still continues on because it's stage 4. It isn't considered cured, but it is a little more hopeful than where I was on that week when I was taking the chemo medications, that's for sure. So it has been a little bit of a 3-week break from Flosstube because of that, and the emotional toll that takes. It's tremendous, right? So, but I did want to come back to you today and share everything that I've done, and then sorry, I'm trying to think about the timeline. So when we went to Vancouver, it was just before that I met with the surgeon, and then they took me off of the chemo medication. So I only had to take that for 1 week. And then, so we had a lovely trip in Vancouver. It was, my energy came back up a bit, and I was able to walk around and do all the things and go shopping for silk. And, that was really, really nice. So I am feeling better now. I'm getting stronger every day, getting ready for the surgery, and then I hope we'll see what comes after that for chemo or medications and all that. So anyway, that's the life update. That's kind of where I've been, and you know, the things that the kids, Paolo, the family, were all doing fantastically well. It's just so, it's always fun with them, right? So yeah, so I haven't really had a lot more to share. There's just been some medical things, lots of stitching in this last week, even while I was in Vancouver, and you know, stitchy kindness. People are just so good, so good. Oh my God. Anyway, that's my life update, and I hope that you all have a great stitching week, that you stitch happy, stay safe, take care of yourself, give yourself some love and care, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.